Hello. Art on a zine is important. Just check out this hot dog and bacon. They're friends, it's art, it's beautiful, your zine needs art. There are a lot of different ways you can put art in your zine. You could hand draw it. For example, this is a hand-drawn artwork that was scanned in and then became the back cover of this zine. But you can also use photography, digital art, digital collage. Let me show you some of your options and how it looks on the computer screen. Before I actually create any art, I'm going to move my writing from yesterday onto my zine page. Here's a poem I wrote. I'll read it to you real quick. Too old to skate, but too young to die. And I gotta teach my boy, so I might as well try. Never was that good, but got some in my time. A couple of airs, and some nice feeling grinds. The new generation is coming up quick. My baby can't even walk, but he can kick flip. Now I went for a trick, trying to be cool, and I threw out my back like an old kooky fool. But being old ain't no excuse, and neither is nothing, to tell you the truth. It's like Grandpappy said, even old rotten fruit still got some juice. So watch this one, sonny. Dad's on the loose. So there you go, a silly little poem about getting older, being a dad, but still wanting to skate. So now I'm going to copy and paste this text onto a zine template page that you can get on Google Classroom. Paste that down, and now I'm ready to begin formatting this page. The first thing you may want to think about with your page is the background. You can select background, right-click and select background, and you can choose different colors. You can select the gradient option to give your background a gradient and a fade. Looks kind of cool. Or you can actually use a photograph as your background. Just open up Google Images and search for something that could look good as a background. Usually a texture or something kind of simple can look good in your background. If you choose something complex, you're gonna have to kind of mute the colors and brighten it up to make it fade into the background. Always go over to the Tools button and select large size images so that the images don't look pixelated and grainy. They'll be nice and crisp. And then scroll down through the images until you find one that will work for your background. Once you find it, copy it and paste it onto your zine template. And then you need to get it to fit. So you may need to rotate it and then grab it by its corner and stretch it from one corner down to the other. Hopefully it will fit pretty close, because if you have to grab it by the sides, it can warp the image. If you move it by the side just a little bit like that, it shouldn't affect anything. Now the image is blocking the text, so I need to push the image to the back. So I'm going to go to Arrange, and then select Order, and send that image to the back. That's going to allow the text to come in front of the image so that you can still read it. And the last step for just the basic formatting of the zine page is to edit the font and size of the font of your text. So I'm going to highlight the font and go through and select a font that I like. Make sure that the font you choose is at least decently easy to read. I'm also going to choose the size of the font, make sure the font is big but not so big that it is falling off the page. You also want to think about the location of your text on the page. It could be aligned to the left or the center, could even be aligned to the right. Or you could do something fancy and have your font be aligned with part of the background or aligned in a funky position. Here I'm kind of shifting each stanza of the poem over to the right to line up with the crack on my page to get a cool look and a cool formatting for my text. Let me show you a hidden feature of Google Drawing and Google Docs in general. If you highlight your text, you can go over to Format Options and then go down to Drop Shadow. If you select a drop shadow, you can put a little glowing color behind your words. I'm just going to use white to start, and that's going to allow your words to pop out and be more easily readable. You could go in and choose another color if you want to get funky. Drop shadows are a great way to let your text stand out on your page. And now we're ready to add some actual art to the page. So the first option is to just use some of the drawing features that are on Google Drawing. The thickness and color of these lines using the options on the top toolbar. You can use the line tool and the scribble tool to draw freehand lines onto your page. You can add in shapes and combine those with your drawings. I'm just showing you a really quick example here, but you can do some really cool stuff on Google Drawing. To create a digital collage, search up an image on Google Images and then select the color option and go down to transparent. This is going to give the images you search up a clear background so that they can go on top of your Zine page and be combined with other images. Once you find the image that you want to use, copy it and paste it onto your page. It may take some trial and error and multiple images before you find one that's really working. I also put a little shape down there, rectangular shape, to kind of separate this artwork from the rest of the page. So that may be a good option. Now, it's not really a digital collage until you add multiple digital images together. So I've got that skater there, but I also want to add a stroller in there and make it look like the skater is pushing a stroller. This is where the art element comes in with this, because you're not just simply copying and pasting images, you're copying and pasting images and putting them together and trying to turn them into something new. So I'll paste that image down there and combine it with the previous image, and now I've got a unique artwork on the page. I'll keep adding images and playing around with the sizes and colors and placement until I find something that I like. But to get artwork on your page, you don't have to do digital artwork. You could do a hand-drawn artwork, like I have here, and then take a picture of it and upload it onto your page. The easiest way to upload an image is to download the free Google Drive app and sign into it with your school email. Then you can upload photos from your camera roll, you can upload your photo of your artwork, and you'll be able to access it immediately on your Chromebook. Another way to get art onto your page is to upload photographs that you have that could work for your zine. I've got a photo on here of my baby playing with a tech deck, which works great for the theme of my page. So I'm going to upload one of those photos and use that as some of the art and imagery on my zine page. Once I've uploaded from my phone, I can go back onto the computer, go to Insert Images from Google Drive. I'll see those images that I just uploaded, and I can insert them right onto the page, and then format them to fit into the empty spaces by adjusting the size, the placement, and then also adjusting the color of the photo so that the colors and the style of my page is matching and looking good. I'll do the same with the photograph. And it's important as you put your page together to notice when things are working and when they're not working. This photograph just was not working down in the bottom right-hand corner, so I had to shift some things around. Once I got all the elements of the page where I wanted them to be and in good looking positions, I just did a little more editing on that photo, and then this page was done. All right, it's your turn to get to work. Make sure you finish your creative writing and then put that writing on your page and format the background and the font, and then begin adding those artworks in. It's gonna look great. Let's do it.